If you are a small business owner, you know everything counts, especially your website. Here to help us avoid common mistakes by small business owners is Steve Strauss, USA Today columnist and author of the Small Business Bible. Steve, thanks for joining us.
Great to be back, Meg.
All right, so first off, why are websites so important, especially for small businesses?
Well, it's such an incredible opportunity. The fact that you can not only impress people, but impress people across the globe is an amazing thing, and it's really new in business. It used to be your business was just your little local business, but now you go online and you can do anything. You know, I used to be a lawyer. As you know, I'm a recovering attorney today. I don't practice anymore, but I once did a bankruptcy for an antiques client. I ran into the guy 4 years later at the international terminal at the airport, and he was decked out, and he was going to first class. I'm like, Joe, what the heck happened? And he told me the story of how he had taken his whole business online, mastered search engine optimization, created a great website. So, you know, it can help any business in a variety of ways. The problem is most small businesses really don't take advantage of the incredible opportunity that it is.
So what are some of the most common mistakes they make on their website?
Well, the first one is they mistake their website for a yellow page ad or a billboard. You know, that's a very 1998 thought. I remember going online back then and thinking it's just a giant yellow page is the internet, because that's what most small businesses did back then. But it's so much more. Now look, the yellow pages are great. What they do is great because what they do is they get people to call, and if that's what you want to do, that's fine and good. But your website can be so much more than that. It can be a sales tool. It can be a way to impress people. It can be you know, a way to make the phone ring. And a new profit center, and a meet and greet. It's all of those rolled into one. So don't just think of it as an online ad. It's your online presence. It's how people find you today. They're going to often look at your website before they look at your store. So you got to impress them there. Now,
before we get to your next tip, how can you increase traffic to your website if people don't know about you and they're Googling something that's in reference to your business? How do you get your website to rank up high?
Well, you know, what you have to do is master search engine optimization, SEO. There's a couple ways to do it. So, you know, one is you become part of the organic listing. That is when you do a Google search or any search, and there's the regular list. Those are called the organic listings. And if you have a great web page, if you have lots of keywords and key phrases and links, those are the essence of SEO. So if I'm looking for skis, if I type in skis and the website creates a web page that has those same words, those key phrases that someone's going to type in. That's called a key phrase. You get the right key phrases, the right keywords, you're going to be ranked high. The other way is to buy a little Google ad or a little ad. You know, those little ads you see on the side. So whether you do SEO or buy an ad, that's how people usually are going to find you.
Okay, good tips. Now, you also say it's very important to remember to have an about page. Why is that so important?
Because your about page is your meet and greet. In fact, it's surprisingly, I think, people click on the about page more than almost any other page consistently on websites because they want to know who you are, can they trust you. You know, you go to a website and you have about 2 seconds to impress that person who comes to your website. They don't know anything about you. If they come to your store, you can shake their hand, look them in the eye, crack a joke. You can't do that online. So you have to have what is called a robust about page so that you can impress them and let them get to know you. Maybe you have a video on it, but you tell your history, all your contact information, who you are, you're someone to be trusted. That creates legitimacy, that creates credibility, and then people are going to spend a little more time on your site. Okay, now in addition to strong content, you also point out it's equally important to make sure there aren't any technical bugs, right? Oh, you know, having, yes. How many times have we seen this? You go to a page, you go to a website, and you click a link, and you get a 404, you know, page missing error, or you find a typo or a dead link. Well, you're trying to impress people on your website. If you're sloppy on your site, if there's mistakes on your site, what can they conclude? Well, they can rightfully conclude, if they're a potential customer, you're kind of sloppy in your work. So we don't want that. So what you do is you know, do some fact checking, make sure everything works, and that's an easy mistake to avoid, right?
Proofread, right? All right.
Right,
so.
Exactly.
Now, you also remind people that they shouldn't just stop at text, but what other elements should they include? Well,
you want to have a robust online presence. presence, not just a great website. Now, you have to have a really beautiful website, elegant and nice. You know, it has to be a website that doesn't look like that your teenage daughter created it, and you know, it scrolls down for 8 minutes before you get to page 2. We don't do that anymore. But beyond that, you know, can people go to your website and then follow you on Twitter? Can they become a fan of yours on Facebook? Can they link with you on LinkedIn? Because it's all one thing now. It's not just your website, it's your online presence. And those are also the ways that people are going to find your website. We were just talking about, you know, SEO and search engine marketing and those kind of things. Well, your social media is another way for people to find you. So you want to have your social media linked to your website, and you want to have your website linked to your social media, so it becomes an all-in-one organic thing.
Yeah, it all comes together. And what should your website essentially motivate the customer to do?
Well, they have to do something on the site. It's nice to have articles. It's nice to have video. What we want is, you know, a kind of a Web 2.0 website these days, meaning that it's interactive. When I said earlier that you don't want to just have a yellow page ad online, what that really means is you're going to have some polls maybe, or a forum, or some video, or something else that people can do. And so that's the critical thing, that it's not just an article, but whatever you do, you want to draw people in to take some sort of action. You do this in your advertising. There's a call to action: click, link, download, something. You want to make sure all your different pages allow people to do something to interact with you further.
Sounds good. Steve Strauss, thanks a lot.
Always great to be here. Thank you.
All right, and as always, you can check out Steve's website, MrAllBiz.com.